Hi everyone, I am back with a follow-up video to the Instagram post reel that I did. I think that was earlier today. Yes, it was earlier today, and this is a pretty quick video for you guys to see how I did that. And what I'm talking about is these awesome, super awesome vintage looking snowflake here, right? Or colorful, fun snowflake here. And let's look at them and see what they're all made of here. We've got multiple layers, so you can see that they're moving. Why are they moving? Well, that's because our little owl friend here is a brad. Yes, yes it is. Remember back when we used to go to trade shows and they would have that one vendor that was all brads, and you would, of course, put it right by the door. You hit there first, and you had so many brads you didn't know what to do with. Well, I thought, you know what, let's bring these guys back because look how cute they are. I mean, they're so cute. It matches perfectly with this little colorful layered snowflake. So he's my little boho snowflake, I guess you would say. So I didn't have to glue it together. I just used a brad. It's really cool. And of course, look at all that color on that glitter paper, right? Let's look at the other one here. The other one is more vintage colors. I guess it's like a steampunk gear in the middle there. I'm not sure, but there's another brad right in the middle there. So that's coordinated. And as you can see, I got my brad stash. This isn't all of them. This is just the drawer that holds the fun ones. For example, we've got, oh look, cloth covered nautical ones. Of course, you need those. Ginormous hippie ones. I love this. It's like a mylar funky look. I almost put that onto this guy just for color and fun. We've got all kinds of antique ones. No, not really antique, of course, but vintage. Nail heads. We've got hearts, buttons, stars with jewels, vintage hippie. Here's all my birds. I've got owls and partridges. Why did I buy partridges? Partridge brads? I don't know, but I think they're fun. I got skull and crossbones, of course. We've got jewels and gems, big gems, little gems. These are all my antique-y, steampunky ones. I even got keys. You know y'all got these things, right? You've got these swirls. So, gold. These are actually vintage. These I got from my dad's workshop when they moved and I cleaned out his workshop. So these are at least, I don't know, 60s, 70s. So I got those. Look at these big old bright ones here. Yes, y'all have these. Now, like I said, these are just the fun shaped ones and the sparkly ones. I have a whole nother drawer of just plain in colors, all the colors. So, So I thought, let's pull these out. It's been a hot few years since brads were cool. So let's make them cool again. What's over here? Oh, look, I got anchors. Cool, and just some miscellaneous beer bottle caps. Oh my gosh, I got this is the beachy stuff. I got palm trees and sunflower, or what are those called? Starfish or whatever. All right, so we got our box of brads we're going to play with. And let me show you the paper that I made these from, all right? So look at this paper. Isn't that cool? It's all multicolored, bright colors. I did a color scheme on each. I wanted more, more of the not really vintage colors, but I don't know. I just did more like maybe autumn colors, and I did pink ones. I didn't cut that one out yet there, but isn't that cool? You want to know how, you want to know where you get this paper? Because this is cool. Have you ever seen multicolored glitter paper? And this is the good glitter paper. The glitter does not come off at all. Well, let me share my secret with you. It is, in fact, the Gilded Glitter Cardstock set from Altenew. Yes, that is correct. These colored cardstocks came from this set of gilded cardstock, and it is 110 pound. Here are all the colors, right? Here you can see the variations in the gold there. I think that one actually goes this way. There we go. Okay, so isn't that cool? So how do you go from that to that? Right? Let me show you. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need your glittered cardstock, and you do need the good stuff. You need this stuff right here. 110 pound. The glitter is baked right in. I don't know if it's baked or whatever their process is, but it is sealed and coated into the cardstock, and it is not coming off. That's what you need for this process. You can do it with the old-fashioned glitter paper that flies everywhere, but it's going to be messy. Okay, so here you go. We've got our cardstocks. You're going to need, for probably any of your, well, let me show you how we got those first. So those snowflakes came from the Layered Snowflakes 2 die set from Altenew. This magnetic plate, that's mine. I buy these. You can get a pack of 5 sheets at the hardware store. They're magnetic sheets to put over heat registers if you don't want your heat to come through in a particular room or area of your house. So you buy these, you cut them down. This hasn't been cut down yet. This is just a leftover I have because this is brand new. I just got this. I'm so excited. So yes, I store mine on a magnetic sheet. They go into a page protector, and that goes into, yes, a 3-ring binder, because my craft life is 3-ring binders, and that's okay. So see, you can do them individually, or you can layer them up like that. Awesome. So that's what I did. Okay, I colored the cardstocks multiple colors, and then I layered them up. Now, how did we get that color? Let's discuss. So let's put this off to the side. Let me show you how we got that color. Now you're going to need your scratch paper. And do you necessarily need a particular color of the cardstock? That depends. I'm going to show you silver, and I'm going to show you one of the golds. Now, they look very similar, but there's actually 3 different golds. There's brushed gold, golden beryl, and citrine. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's 3 different golds. I'm just going to pick, golden beryl because that's an odd name I've never really heard of. So we're going to play with these 2 today. Why are we playing with these? Because I want to show you that even on gold, you're still going to get the color, because guess what? This one was done on silver, and this one was done on gold. And they were colored with the Altenew Artist Markers. Yep, that's what they're colored with. Let me show you how to do it. Let's start with the silver. Now I don't have a really wide selection of the artist markers, but I do have some Christmassy colors, right? I got the red, I got a green. I personally liked the pinks and the purples. I don't really have a pink. Well, I think this one will come out like a pink. I've got some good purples. Okay. So let's play with those. I'm going to start with my dark purple. This is the darkest purple that I have, and this is Midnight Violet. And the Altenew markers, just like their paints and their dyes, they're all from the same families, so they all have the same name. So you can get a marker, the ink pad, and the watercolor palettes, and the watercolor markers, and all that stuff. They all come with the same names. So this is Midnight Violet. And of course, you got a brush tip and a bullet point. You're going to need a brush tip. You're going to need the brush tip for this process. Here's what you do. I will zoom in so you can get real up and close in that. And you just brush that right on. Now, to get multiple colors onto one sheet. All right, so let's look at our sheet. Think about your dyes. What kind of dyes are you using? Well, I think I would like to do a large purple. Now, I haven't done this one yet. I haven't done this dye yet. All right, so what I'm going to do is lay it out on the cardstock, and then I'm going to draw a line like that. So now I know that this whole section here is going to fit that dye. This is all you do, just color that in. And this is why you want the cardstock with the glitter baked into it. I know that's not the right term for it, process, whatever, but because if it was hard glitter, it would scratch the heck out of your brush tip. Okay. So there's a purple. I don't remember. No, I might have to experiment. These ones are really light. Like you're gonna be using bolder colors. That one's very, very light. I mean, you can do it, but you can see very, 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 very light. So let's switch over to a pinkish. So that's going to be my purple. I don't know where my blue went. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know where my blue went. Darn. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's play with this pink one here. This pink one is crimson. It's not pink, it's crimson. Let's do, so we want to try and do 3. If we can get 3 snowflakes per sheet, we're doing good. All right, so we can do it this way. I'm going to draw a line. Like that. Now I know that that's gonna fit my snowflake right there, okay? So that's gonna be my second one. And I'm gonna color that one in with the crimson. And so, yes, it's a red, but it does look pink, right, on this silver cardstock. I love pink glitter, and I love snowflakes, and I love pink snowflakes, yeah. That's my thing. I do love for Christmas, holiday, winter. I mean, I even do Valentine's with snowflakes because where I live, it snows on Valentine's Day. It can snow all the way up to Easter. It has snowed on Memorial Day in May, okay? So there's that. Oh, what color would look good with that purple? Let's try a light purple. I don't remember if I tried this light purple. This is a deep iris. So this is a lighter purple. And that is going to fill in the rest of our gold. Or silver. Wow. Know your metallics before you start. There we go. Okay. Now, for the sake of, like I said, this wasn't going to be a super long video. I'm going to set that one aside. I'm going to color the other one. Oh, and guess what? Because they're alcohol markers. Oh, see, now that, I don't know where that came from. Let me try this one. There we go. I think that was on there. That was probably there from last night. So Look at that. It does not come off that color. So yay. That's why you want to use alcohol markers. If you use dye-based markers for this, you have to use a heat setting tool to heat set it because it will wipe right off. This is a slick surface for dye ink and it will wipe right off. And then once you do heat set it, it like evaporates that color. And then when I was experimenting with this, I did try with the dye markers first, and every time I did a layer and heat set it, the color would just disappear. So I do another layer, heat set it, the color would disappear. I ended up going over them with alcohol markers so they would stop disappearing with the color and stop rubbing off the ink. So do yourself a favor, do the alcohol markers. So I don't forget, I'm gonna put these little guys like that. Okay, now let's do the gold. So here's the gold. Now, I think the gold is cool for the red and the green. Why? I really like tacky mid-century vintage colors, and nothing's tackier than gold with red and green, which is great because that's the Christmas decor that I love, other than pink snowflakes. So let's start with red. Now this is my reddest marker that I have. It's velvet. And I got 2 snowflakes left that I didn't use. All right, we got one big one. We got one little one, well, medium one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the big one, the medium one, and then we're gonna borrow the little one back. And again, think about your color tones and how you want the snowflake to look when you're done. I like a good gradation between colors so that you can see the layers, like dark, light, dark, or light, dark, light. So you can see those layers added up. So I am going to do, let's see, I'm going to start with red. We're going to do this section red. So let's pull those off. And remember, we're going to line it up. Get as much on there as that we can. And then mark off our area. And then this one will be the green. And also because it kind of looks like leaves or needles. Needles, that's what it is for a pine tree, needles. And we'll put our line in here. And then the remainder is we're going to play with a lighter color and see what paper bag does. So there we go. So now you're going to see how the different colors look on the gold. Oh, look, it looks just like red, but shiny. Isn't that the coolest color? Let me zoom in. So because it's gold, look, that's a second layer. It takes it and it turns it into this vintage, tacky, sparkly, cool color. So yeah, you can go over it multiple times here, which I love. I love this vintagey color. Like, did you ever think of doing this over gold? I mean, I know people have done it over white. You can do all kinds of alcohol ink on white glitter. But experiment, try different color blends. Look at that. I mean, it's just so cool. Look at that. Let me lift it up here. There you go. So yeah, welcome back to the 60s, I guess. So now we're going to do the green. That's this end. And we're going to follow our line. I think the green looks really cool with the gold. I think it makes such an old-fashioned color. This looks like, they look like the colors on a faded, old, gilded, papered, embossed Christmas card from 1905. Like, seriously. God, that was so bright I couldn't even see that. I was missing some spots. Here we go. And look at that. This is so cool. Super, super cool. All right, now paper bag, I don't know what this is going to do. This might not do anything because it's pretty mild color. Okay, it's kind of, let's see. Oh, yeah, it tones it down because it's kind of like a brown. So what it does, what it's doing is it's making this like a brass, which is really cool. Wow, that is really pretty. That right there is pretty. So it turned it into like a brassy rose gold. Wow, look at that color. All right. So definitely experiment with your markers. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Totally change those tones. All right, so now we know that we're going to do that one there and that one there. I'm going to set these aside. Now you're going to bring out your die cutting machine, of course. There we go. Now, this is a 110-pound cardstock. It's very, very heavy, very thick. These are wafer thin dies, very, very thin. You're going to need a shim, and I'm pretty sure any machine you use, you're going to need a shim for this. And what is cool is that the card that comes on the front or the back, this is when I tried it with the die. You can see here the die-based inks. When I ran it through the machine, it looks just like my hand. So, yeah, that was from the die-based machine. So, but the paper pack comes with a front sheet and a back sheet for the pack. And either one is the perfect shim for this project. So whatever machine you're using, you're going to take your plates. You know your system, you know your machine. I'm going to put that on my plate. You are going to need to tape these down unless you have a magnetic machine. And if you have a magnetic cutting mat and an electronic cutting machine, which I do, but it's just too big, and I want to show you the whole system that you could set these all up on the same time. I would still tape them down, even if you were using a magnetic electronic machine, and still use my shim, because this is very thick cardstock. So don't set yourself up for failure. Be prepared. And let's put that one there. There. So not only are we fitting them all on one, we're putting our packaging cardboard in there and sliding it through. This is the embossing, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine from Stampin' Up. I did there that you can't have the papers up to the edge on this machine. So this is the only small tabletop machine that I have. The other ones I have are the big ginormous ones. Now, because you got that shim in there, she's gonna wanna fight you a little bit. So give her some elbow grease. But it's better than ripping out those little pieces of the snowflake. There we go. Take our shim out and take our tape off. Because look at all those little pieces in there. If you didn't have the shim, you'd have to poke those all out and hope that they didn't rip out the backside. And of course, they're snowflakes, so don't like go pulling them out. Like, you got to be a little gentle with your snowflakes. There we go. And then, of course, you know, you got all these other little scraps you can use for your project. Like, you can punch out things, maybe save this for another project, make some little sparkly flowers, whatever. All right, so now we're going to poke these out. And of course, it's got the little holes. These are like leaves and flowers to me. I will poke every little registration hole out because I don't want to just poke one edge and pull and rip it. I want to make sure that they all come out. Let's get those clean. I just do this every time, even if I'm not going to use this die again right away. I just want my dies clean because I wouldn't think about it. Next time I go to use it, I'll throw it in my machine and it'll be all loaded up with other cardstock. Oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? So let's poke out all the rest of the spots. Now what you could do also, you could save all these little tiny pieces if you're really into paper piecing. And you could put this down on another piece of cardstock, run another snowflake in a different color and fill it in. You could do some paper piecing with that, but look at that. We have a beautiful purple snowflake and it's so thick. I love it. All right, so here's our middle layer for this one. I don't use the weeding tool, those little wire brushes. I don't use them yet. I guess maybe if I tried one, I would like it. I'm not sure. To me, it seems like it might be a little too aggressive. Oop. There we go. Look at that. That is our pink one, our pink layer. I love this. To get this kind of detail and not have it rip is a very awesome die. Just saying. Okay, we're done with those two. This little one is the one that's going to do double duty. So yeah, just take your time. Punch out all your little registration marks. Okay, so you don't rip off any arms of your snowflake. And there's our little one. Isn't that cool? So pretty. So there's our layers for our purple snowflake. We'll wipe off all that. And we're going to do it again with our vintagey one. Look at that. So cool. All right, get the big one on. There we go. And the medium. Push it over this way. There we go. And our little guy. There. And then put our wow, blanking out on the word, a shim. Our shim in. Our packaging shim. Oops, there's a little debris. And hold her steady. Give her a good working. She'll do it. But she might fuss at you. Now maybe, you know what, you can do a tester on your machine, whatever it is, might not need a shim. This one needed a shim. The electronic ones, I mean, they're generally good for not needing a shim, but I have the Anna Griffin Empress electronic embossing and die cutting machine, and I always use the shim. I never not use the shim because I just like really, really sharp, clean cuts. So that's me. And here's our snowflakes. Go. Oh, that one stayed in the paper. Cool. That one's going to stay in the paper too. So don't force them, okay? Remember, I used a shim, so I put a lot of pressure onto this. So I'm not going to force these out. If they don't want to come out yet, I'm going to be gentle with them. So like this one came out, but left that in the paper. So I'm just going from the back side, and I'm just massaging it from the back side to get that out. Not pulling, never pulling. Just gently massage the back of the cardstock. Oh, that is so cool. Same with this. I'm just gently massaging it from the back. And then out she comes. It looks like she's already, yeah, well, we're going to work on that with our tool. Same with this from the back. Just give her a little taps there. And now you got those cool scraps to use on the rest of your project. Let's get that out of the way. Put our examples over here. Okay, so let's get these out. I can't see. It's so sparkly I can't see the, oh there it is. I can't see the little things to weed. Here we go. There it is. There we go. Okay. There's our green sparkly. And we've got our little bronzy colored one. There we go. There she is. So pretty. All right, now, because I keep my dies on their magnetic sheet, it's awesome because you can keep the magnetic sheet on your work table. So when you're going all out on a project and burying yourself, you won't lose your dies because they're not going anywhere on your table. Okay, now, am I using Christmas brads for these? No. Why? Why should I? I don't have to. We just want sparkly, pretty things, right? I'm going to zoom in. And you're not going to see my box of brads, but I will show you what our choices are going to be for these. Okay. Now I can sit down. I have to stand up to crank. Okay, so here is our vintagey modern snowflake. Let's layer it up and see what it looks like. Let's get a good overall feel for the colors. I love it. I love it. I love it. We could go huge with hippie flowers. Cannot pick these up with my nails. All right, we got that. That's actually really cool. I mean, that is really cool. I do have it in yellow if we want to be really tacky. I've got a little gold button. That's actually really cool. Let's see what I got in the... Do I have any vintagey jewels? Oh, I do. I have this color here. Where'd it go? Not that one. Ah, there it is. So I have a jewel that kind of matches that color. That's cool. I think I like that better than the button. All right, so let me show you how to attach these. Now, here's the thing. Excuse me, not all of these have a hole in the middle. That one has a direct hole. Excuse me. Need to take a drink real quick. Oh, excuse me, dry. So this one has a hole in the middle, which is great for a brad. This one has a bunch of little holes in the middle. Still okay for a brad. This one has no holes in the middle. Not cool for a brad, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do is start with our top layer, stick our brad through. Okay, so there's our top layer. Next, we're going to take our middle layer and stick the brad through one of his holes. Okay. Now it's going to offset it a little bit. Not bad. Excuse me. Then we're just going to take the back of the brad and go between the arms of one of these guys. Okay, well, there you go. So you're not creating a new hole. You're just working with the holes you have so you don't destroy, because there's obviously no room to put another hole in these. So just work with them until you get a snowflake. That looks awesome. And you're going to glue this down anyways. And of course you can move the little things around because it spins, it's on a brad. So nobody's going to see the back or see that you went through just the side of the snowflake. And how I would attach these is I would take a glue dot and I put my glue dot exactly over that brad. Now, excuse me. Now you could put a dab of glue over that and then a glue dot once it dries to be really, really secure. And there you go. All right, so before I choke again, let's do the purple and pink one. Okie dokie. Now I kind of, look at that. I kind of want to do that one. I wanted to do that one last night too, but I also have this white ones are cool. And now we could totally offshoot and do this blue one. Let's see if I have any other big funky ones. Could we do a star? We could try it. All right, so let's see how these look. So let's say we start with this pink one. That's so cool. Now, the other trick is the bigger your brad, the less you're gonna see how it's offset inside these things. So if that helps you decide or pick which brad you want in the first place. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, I think that's the one. I really do think that's the one. Now this one, obviously there's no hole in the middle. So we have to just pick one of those ones on the other side, on the sides of it. Which is fine because you can still manipulate these if you had to. Let's do this. Let's open him up. Let's see if we can straddle one of those arms of the snowflake in there. Oh, I lost my middles here. There it is. Now, you might come up with a way better way to attach these than I did, which is awesome. Go for it, by all means. I was just, like I said, I was just playing with these last night. And this is what I came up with. Because I really wanted to use my brads. Oop, didn't come through. Where'd it go? And they still move, so you can adjust them before you glue them down. They're still moving, see? It's kind of fun, but you can adjust them back and forth that way before you actually glue them down. Isn't that awesome? Oh my God, the sparkle is so cool. I wish I could get, let me see if I can, let's just get a piece of, oh, here we go. Let's put our crafter mat down. All right. Let's check out our sparkles. There we go. So these are the two that we just made. Isn't that pretty? I think that's so, and then they spin. Huh. Now once you glue them down and attach them, they're not going to spin. I can tell you that. Unless you want them to, then you're going to have to figure out how you want them to. But because they're all still loose with that brad, they can spin around, which is great, like I said, because then you can adjust them. But look at that. They're so pretty. These are going on something special, and I cannot wait to figure out what that's going to be. So I hope you like this. I hope you try this. And if you do, of course, let me know what you think. If you like this video, Of course, give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. I am just getting started with my YouTube videos. And so I would love it if you became a subscriber. And then, of course, you can hit the notification, the little bell, and then you'll know next time I put up another video. In the meantime, check me out on Instagram and what's the other one? Instagram, YouTube. I know I'm forgetting something. The blog. Everything is Stamp the Fun Up. So Instagram is at Scrappy Stamp the Fun Up. So if you want to follow me there, by all means, I would love to see you over there as well. All right, I am out. Thanks for joining me tonight, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you try it. And if you do, tag me at Scrappy Stamp the Fun Up or leave me a comment right here. Thank you so much. Bye.